Bear, Homesteading the Desert, September 17th. And I got my insulation in. All my walls are insulated. I'm getting ready to put drywall on. And you'll notice that over by the electrical, there's a couple of spots I didn't put insulation in. Well, that's because I have a lot of wiring to move. And a lot of that wiring is going to come through the wall anyway. And inside of here, because of the controllers, I want all my controllers in this room. My panel, of course, will be in this room. But the batteries, banks, and the inverter and that stuff are going to be in an addition room that's going to be on that side of the wall. And I've yet to build that, so I'm kind of like at a hold up here. I may work on it on this trip. I may work on taking all of that stuff out of the wall and getting it nice and neat, and hang a piece of plywood on the wall right there, so I can insulate behind it and hang all that stuff on the plywood, so the next time I need to take it down, I can take it down by just taking 4 screws out of the piece of plywood, and the whole thing comes off the wall. I just move it to one side, finish drywalling, and then put the plywood back up if I want, or take the pieces off one at a time and hang them directly on drywall. I think I may leave them on the board because it'd give me a little bit more sturdiness, and also give me a little bit more insulation. And you can't get enough of that when the winter comes. Anyway, I'm going to get going on the drywall here. You can see here behind the refrigerator, all the way up and down. I moved the refrigerator over to the stove location so that I could work back there. And I'm about to put this piece of drywall on right here so I can get my cabinets back into place. And this will be the second piece goes up over here. Now you notice there's another space without insulation. Well, that's because that's where the stack goes through for the tankless water heater. And I can't put anything flammable within 4 inches of it, so I may put a little piece up there on that side and on that side right there, and it'll protect the wires from the excessive heat and stuff like that. But it'll just be 2 little strips there, and then the center will be open. And I'll be cutting that through in a little while too, because I have to have the through-the-wall flanges in place before I can drywall over it. So I got to get to work. It is now 10:30 in the morning, and I've been working out here since 7, so got some things done. G-Bear signing off for a bit. I was a busy boy today out here at the Desert Homestead. Got some drywall hung. I got 2 sheets on there. There's a half a sheet that goes behind the door there, but I'm not worried about that right now. I got my exhaust for my tankless water heater all in place. I just have to do some touch-up on the mudding around the flange, and then finish taping all the joints with fire retardant aluminum tape. I got the corners taped here and mudded because I got to put a cabinet up there, and I want to make sure that I had it done behind the cabinet so I won't have any air leaks. I put my clock up above the window. I'll be putting the trim pieces on the window there, and I've got the corner bead to go all the way around the window, and I'll mud that tomorrow. I got the area taped that behind where the stove and the microwave are going, because I've got to hang a cabinet up there, and the cabinet goes just past that tape joint. Then I stopped at the corner right there. I've got 4 more sheets outside, so 2 of them are going on this wall. One here, one up at the top. One of them's going down at the bottom here, and one above it at the top. And that'll leave me a half a sheet in the corner. And so the only thing I'll have left to do is a half a sheet in the corner, a little section above the door, and that little section behind the door. But I wanted to get all the area in the kitchen done so I can get my cabinets up. And I don't have to paint behind cabinets. I'll know it's not painted, but nobody else will. Oops, I forgot this is going on YouTube. Anyway, that's the way it is. I got my my two lines sticking out of the wall there. I'll dress those up a little bit better after I hang the tankless water heater in place, because I'll be moving those around and it's going to make a mess and crack the drywall mud and all that stuff. So I'll touch them up after everything's hung and make it look real pretty. That's it. Sink is clean. I just finished washing my tools. I got my mud pan right there, and my sponge is falling apart from dried out here in the desert dry air. And I got my taping knife dry. I did the punch outs on my electrical panel cover, because that cover will be going on tomorrow. I should get the insulation below the panel and the insulation in this section tomorrow. I've got that outside just waiting to go in. And if I have time, because I'm not coming back until Tuesday afternoon. I got work for this week, and I got to get back down and do it starting on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and probably Saturday, and maybe even Sunday. I'll be trying to catch up with all the work I've got logged in for this coming week. But that's good, because that gives me finances to buy all of the materials that I need for in here. Once I get these drywall in place and tape down here, I probably won't paint until the springtime. But my bed is going to go right here in this corner. The table saw goes out into the container. The cabinet's going back up on the wall. And then I can start building the outside room for the electric room, where all of this stuff is going to move out to. So I'll get rid of all this. And I'm going to be bringing up 2 more batteries too. That'll give me 8 here, and I've got 8 at the house. And then I'll need 4 more total, because I want to do 20 batteries in the 12 volt system, and that should give me all the electricity I need for my tiny house here. This cabin will be winterized and livable for this winter, so I'll probably be fine in here. I will talk to you all later. I've got another call coming in.